everyone, so I have a hair tutorial for you today which is kind of different for me because I don't really do these a lot simply because I'm really bad at styling hair, but I had loads of requests to do the Katniss braid which I had in my most recent book tutorial. So I tried to recreate it as best as I could from how I had it in that video. As I said, I'm really not good at doing hair, so it's pretty challenging for me to make it look the same. But it's really simple, really easy. I filmed a quick tutorial on how to do it, but you can see I've used hair ties which do not match my hair colour, which I wouldn't recommend, but I go into that in the video anyway. But hopefully you can get a gist of how to do this braid, and you guys can probably do it a lot better than I can anyway. So if you just see the kind of method, then hopefully yours will turn out a lot better than mine did. But yeah, I'll let you get into the tutorial. So the first thing I'm going to do is just part my hair. I wore mine a bit on the side, but you can have it in the middle parting or however you wish. So I kept my fringe at the normal, kind of just off centre parting. And then I just took kind of a bit of hair from here, so behind where my fringe is, and created more of a deep side parting. So I just parted my hair across like so. On the top half of my hair, kind of sectioned it down in a straight line. So I left my fringe free, so I left all of that bit out. And then with this top section, I split it into two up here. And I just started wrapping them around each other. So I went round twice. And then kind of like a French braid, I took a bit more hair into this section and again wrapped around twice. And then I continued that all the way down, grabbing pieces of hair and then wrapping twice to create a kind of twist. I hope you can see. So just kept going with that. All the way down to kind of like the base of my ear. And once I'd gotten there, so I took a final piece of hair from the base of my head and again just wrapped it all in. So once I have this together, kind of pulled it all up to give it some body, and then I just took a hair tie and secured that in place. Really ideally it would be better to use hair ties that are the same colour as your hair, which I had done on my tutorial, but I can't find any today, so these ones will have to do. But that's kind of how I did that part of the hair, and if you can see, it just remains kind of a twist. And then on this side, similar kind of concept. I left my fringe out again, but I also left out a longer bit of hair just to kind of frame my face. Mine was a little bit wavy, but today it's a little straighter than normal. But I just ended up sectioning this into two, so I've just bunched up a bit of hair, so I've taken it and just bunched it up, and then take a clip, bobby pin, whatever you want to call it, and then secured that in place. And then I continued to do that down the hair. So I ended up doing that about 3 times. And then I took my remaining hair round to this side of my head. So I have all of my hair now around this side. And then really simply I just bunched it all together and started doing a fishtail braid. Bits from the outer edge and wrap it over and join it to this section of hair. And just keep repeating that, always taking hair from the outer and flipping it over. So if we keep going all the way down, I like to keep mine quite thick, so I ended up doing smaller, quite small pieces. And then I just secured it. You can just really mess up the fishtail braid, make it a lot thicker and messier. And then you can also just pull up this twist again to give it some more body, because as you're braiding your hair you'll be pulling down on what you originally did, so it makes it a bit flat. But if you just pull it up lightly, it'll just make it all a bit fuller and thicker. And that's kind of how I did the Katniss braid. Obviously I used black or brown hair ties when I did it the first time, so it looked a lot better. But we all know I'm not the best with hair, so I think this is pretty simple and quite achievable. It's just got a bit of a twist around the front. I hope you can see it. Yeah, and then it's just a simple fishtail braid, but you could always do like a normal... Oh, I've missed out a bit of hair there. You could always do a normal plait if you don't know how to do the fishtail braid, but I think if you practice the fishtail, it becomes really easy, because I found it impossible to learn at first, but then it became fun. And then this side isn't twisted, it's just kind of puffed up a bit, just to kind of balance it out. And obviously the smaller sections you take up the top, the more of an obvious twist they'll be, so you can either make it quite loose like mine, where there's just a couple of twists, or you can do much smaller sections and make it like a really obvious spiral. But that is how I did the Katniss braid for my Katniss tutorial, which if you haven't seen I will link below, but I'm sure you have, because I uploaded it before this one. But yeah, I hope you can do it. Definitely leave a video response if you try out this hairstyle. I know it's not the most technically challenging, but you all wanted to see it, so I thought I'd film it for you. So hopefully you could get an idea of what I did, and I shall see you all soon.